Good morning, fellow pilgrims. Welcome, friends and neighbors. This is the daily devotional from Pilgrim Congregational Church. I'm Patrick Horn, and welcome to our Holy Week devotionals. We are reading the Psalms last week and this week, and today we're looking at Psalms 102. I'm reading from the Revised Standard Version. Hear my prayer, O Lord, let my cry come to thee. Do not hide thy face from me in the day of my distress. Incline thy ear to me. Answer me speedily in the day when I call. For my days pass away like smoke, and my bones burn like a furnace. My heart is smitten like grass and withered. I forget to eat my bread. Because of my loud groaning, my bones cleave to my flesh. I'm like a vulture of the wilderness, like an owl of the waste places. I lie awake, I am like a lonely bird on the housetop. All the day my enemies taunt me, those who deride me use my name for a curse. For I eat ashes like bread and mingle tears with my drink, because of thy indignation and anger. For thou hast taken me up and thrown me away. My days are like an evening shadow, I wither away like grass. But thou, O Lord, art enthroned forever. Thy name endures to all generations. Thou wilt arise and have pity on Zion. It is the time to favor her. The appointed time has come. For thy servants hold her stones dear, and have pity on her dust. The nations will fear the name of the Lord, and all the kings of the earth thy glory. For the Lord will build upon Zion. He will appear in his glory. He will regard the prayer of the destitute, and will not despise their supplication. That's Psalms 102, verses 1 through 17. No matter what situation the people of God find themselves in, they find hope in the sovereignty of God, that God is the creator and ruler of the universe. Psalm 102 has historically been one of the church's 7 penitential psalms prayed by Christians during Lent for over 1,000 years. The penitential psalms were designated for this purpose to remind us of our need for God's forgiveness. But these psalms also testify to God's immeasurable grace. And Psalm 102 expresses the grace found in the Creator, who also redeems his people with compassion and favor. Israel needed these mercies in exile in Babylon. They cried out for a new exodus that would return the people to their land, just as the ancients had been led out of Egyptian bondage. In fact, that phrase in verse 13, you will arise and have compassion on Zion, is reminiscent of Exodus 34, when the Lord tells Moses that he is merciful and gracious, slow to anger, and abounding in steadfast love and faithfulness. This came after the people had been guilty of worshiping the golden calf. This episode was only one of countless episodes in which Israel disobeyed God again and again, requiring God's merciful redemption. We, the church, claim to be the heirs of this story, and our history demonstrates that history. We have persisted through the centuries, not by our own merit, but by the mercy and grace of God. We see that mercy and grace in the life, death, and resurrection of Jesus. That priceless gospel story is for us the highest expression of God's sovereignty and God's faithfulness. And like the psalmist's hope in God's compassion, we rest in the words of Jesus, I am with you always to the end of the age. The prayer for this morning comes from W.E. Orchard, The Temple, a Book of Prayer. O God, who remainest the same, though all else fades, who change us not with our changing moods, who leave us not when we leave thee. We thank thee that when we lose faith in thee, soon or later we come to faith in something that leads us back again with firmer trust and more security. Even if we wander into the far country, we take ourselves with us, ourselves who are set towards thee as rivers to the sea. If we turn to foolishness, our hearts grow faint and weary. Our path is set with thorns. The night overtakes us, and we find we have strayed from light and life. Grant to us clearer vision of the light which knows no shade of turning, that we stray not in folly away. Incline our hearts to love the truth alone, so that we miss thee not at last. Give us to realize of what spirit we are, so that we cleave ever to thee, who alone can give us rest and joy. Amen. Thank you for joining us this morning for our daily devotional every morning at 9 a.m., Monday through Saturday. I'm Patrick Horn for Pilgrim Congregational Church. Have a great day.